if you ever need them to rotate directions, if you're using the same ESC as I showed at the beginning, you can simply swap any of these 3 wires, just take 2 of them out, swap them places, and that will alternate the direction that it's going. Super easy, simple fix for that. So you can get them all going the right direction. Just make sure that you have them all in their appropriate area. The objective of this is you want them all spinning in towards the plane, to the front and to the back. So that way the props are going in. Then we'll come back up to our mandatory hardware and finish these last 2 that we were checking. So under flight modes, you want everything to be stabilized. As for what we're doing, this is ideal. So make sure these are all set to stabilize and then save those modes. All right, and then once you're here to failsafe, what we're looking to change is right under radio here. You're going to want that to be set to always land. We don't have a GPS, so always the return to land is not going to be an option. So just always land is what we're looking for. And there you go. We should be safe. Do that. Going to our favorite configuration tab here. Waiting for it to load. And this time, instead of going to full parameters list, we're going to go to the user parameters. It's right above it. Here, on RC7, the second option, you're going to change it from do nothing to motor emergency stop. It should be, as you can see on my bar, just about halfway. Once you find it, select that on RC7. All right, we're coming up to programming our remote. We just set up the channel and mission planner. Now we're going to power on I'm using the Fly Sky remote here. This is going to be your home screen. So go ahead and hold the OK button for just a second or 2, and it'll open up this menu. We're going to head over to setup with a wrench by hitting the up and down button. Now that we're here, go ahead and hit OK. All right, now we're open the functions. So if you want, you can go ahead and go to the display option just to start off. This will just give you an idea of what things look like behind the scenes. This is all of your channels. As you can see, as I move the throttle, channel 3 moves, channel 4 moves when I mess with the roll. And if you hit the down arrow, you can see if you have activated channel 7 through 10. In mine, I already have it activated. Channel 7 is the one we're looking for. There you go. You can see that mine is operational. So this will just be a good way to check your work. Go ahead and just tap the cancel key once, and that'll bring you back to the functions menu. Here we're going to go down 1 to auxiliary channels, hit OK, and now we start to see all what we're actually looking for. So what we're going to do is you're going to hit OK to navigate this one. So we don't want channel 5, okay, don't want channel 6, okay, but we want channel 7. And mine is set to switch A, which is what you're going to want to set yours to. In order to change that, just hit the up and down arrows. See, now it's set to switch B, switch A. Once you get channel 7 to switch A, go ahead and long press the cancel button. Once you press and hold, you'll hear that beep. It'll take you back to your functions menu. If you want to double check, you can either go back into the auxiliary channels and find that it was saved as switch A, or you can go back to the display menu that we were at the beginning, hit OK, hit the down arrow to find channel 7 again, and then hit switch A and see if it moves channel 7 as we intended. This is now your emergency motor kill switch. So if you'd like, you can go ahead and connect your copter with a battery or with the XT60 wall adapter cord to give it power to the ESCs and motors. You can hear mine just powered up in the background. Make sure not to have your propellers on for these fail-safe tests also, just for safety purposes. All right. So before we get started, remember our channel 7, we switched for our emergency motor kill. And make sure to power on your controller, your FlySky controllers as well. So go ahead and slide that left stick to the right for about 3 to 5 seconds. You can see that it shows armed. And now it's disarmed because I hit that kill switch. Alright, so go ahead, hold that left stick to the right for a few seconds. Let them spool up. This time we're going to actually give it a little bit of motor speed. You can hear them revving up in the background. If you hit the kill switch, they stop immediately. Go ahead and switch that back on and they kick back on. And now that they're spooled up, this time we're going to just turn off the remote. So if you could hear that in the background, they began to spool down as they were putting into effect the return to, or the land, not the return, the landing failsafe. There we go. Now the failsafe comes on because it lost connection to our remote as we intended, and it has landed safely as it can best tell. So there we know that our both failsafes are working. We tested our switch. We turned off our controller after having it spooled up to about 10 to 20% throttle speed, and everything worked as intended. We come up to the last processes, and if our failsafes worked as intended, now is a great time to go out and test our drones flying for real. So the last step here is going to be installing your propellers. Make sure that you are aligning the colors with the appropriate motor, silver center with the silver center. And on the propeller, if you can see, they are marked for which way will tighten and which way will loosen or lock and unlock. So make sure to follow those as well so that they are installed properly and securely, as they are designed to tighten as they fly and loosen the opposite direction that they spin. All right, and just get them nice hand tight snug there. Okay, and a last pointer here, what I've done on some of my screws is if you look closely on some of these, they have little strips of white paint on them. Let's see if the camera will focus. Yeah, right there. I just went and added some white paint. You can do marking paint, whiteout, whatever works for you. This will just help ensure that you know that none of your bolts are coming loose to vibrations. I recommend it strongly on at least the motor mounts, but all of your screws and bolts it can be helpful on, just to ensure just another level of safety. We have one piece left. That is going to be our top plate, which we saved for last so that it just made access to our flight controller easy and accessible. And you're just going to go ahead and this just slides in right on top. All you got to do is just line up all of these holes evenly. And then you'll insert the screws, 1, 2, 3 into each triangle at each corner, all 4 sides, giving you a total of 12 screws. Don't forget to put your Loctite in there to secure that. All right, so then you just, like I said, align them into the corners of each arm. Insert your 3 screws onto the corner of each triangle. Apply your Loctite on the way, and you're good to go. That's your last piece. Now everything should be locked, loaded, and programmed. Good flying.